Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today, I'm going to be talking about a subject of the utmost importance. Now, I've talked about this a few times over the course of the last few weeks, but not in a video specific to itself, I don't think. I mean, if I did, whatever, it's reused content. Let's be honest, Wizard101 only has so much content. So, let's go over the paywall, because this is an important thing that I think I'd like to go over today. I'd not just like to go over what and why, but I'd also like to go over how to fix it, all that kind of stuff. You get the gist. So let's go into it. First things first, everyone knows it. I was gonna say everyone loves it, but they don't love it. The Wizard101 paywall. The game advertises itself as a free-to-play game, and then you get about 30 minutes into the game, and then you're met with a screen when you go here. Obviously I have a membership, so I don't see it, but you get met with a screen right there that says, wait, young wizard, you cannot actually go into this area yet. You need to do one of two things. You either need to buy a membership or pay for the area with crowns. And this is a bit of a ball buster, considering you've just been told that this is a free-to-play game, and you're like, well, that was a complete fucking lie, right? And it's really sad because most of Wizard City is actually locked behind a paywall, right? The only one that isn't is Triton Avenue, so you can get to level 7 without a membership, and from there, you need to wait until you get a membership to progress any further, to go into Cyclops Lane, Firecat Alley, Nightside, all that stuff. You need to wait for a membership. So that just kind of sucks. Now, it's been like this for a very long time, and by a very long time, I mean since the dawn of time, and the only exceptions to this rule, the only times it's changed, is when KingsIsle has tested out a free-to-play system for the first two worlds, first world, to see how well it goes over. So I believe back in 2019, they tried out free-to-play Wizard City, and it actually was severely disappointing results to them. For some reason, less people played in Wizard City and through Wizard City in general than before, which for us, that's obviously awful to hear that that was the statistic, because that means that to KingsIsle, there is 0 point in ever changing the paywall, because it will apparently make people play the game less, which is just crazy to me. I don't know what happened that month. I guess you guys just kind of biffed it, kind of dropped the ball, you know. And the second time they've tried it was just recently, actually earlier this month. I think it might still be going on. I don't think it is, but it might still be. And they tried out making all of Wizard City and all of Crocotopia free for new players, which I obviously don't know how it went over yet, but hopefully it went over pretty well. And I think it was pretty cool that they made not just Wizard City free. What's my opinion on the paywall, the problems with the paywall, all that kind of stuff? Well, obviously there's a significant problem with the paywall. When you have such a small portion of your game that's not locked behind a paywall, and then literally 99% of it is, that's just kind of scummy. Especially when it's advertised as a free-to-play game. And yes, it is advertised as a free-to-play game. It says it, like, right everywhere when you first look it up. It's like, hello, young wizard, play the game for free. You know, join Wizard City. And it specifically mentions the word free. I remember this as a kid. It says free. And I'm almost positive it still does say free. Which is really scummy to do, because it's kind of, you know, baiting people in, being like, oh, yes, free-to-play game. Is it actually free to play? No, right? And that is a significant problem. People have had ideas on how to fix the paywall for years, and I think at some point KingsIsle would be opening to changing the paywall, but it's a matter of when and how would they do it. I'm going to go over the main recommendations that people have had for the paywall, the main ideas that they've had for fixing it, and all that, and then I'm going to go over what I think is best overall. First one, and this is the most obvious one, is to make all of Wizard City free, What this would do is it would make it so that people experience all of Wizard City and can go all the way up to Krokotopia for free. It would give players more of a satisfying experience, and it would be better overall. An example I have for this type of system would be Lego Universe. I don't know if you guys remember that, but as a kid, you'd play Lego Universe, you'd get through the first area of the game, the first world in quotes, and then you would have to pay for a membership. So you had all of this first area for free, and then you would have to pay at some point. I think that would be ultimately the most likely option that KingsIsle would go for, but that's not the only idea people have had. Idea number 2, and this is one that I've personally had, is make it so that all of Wizard City is free, and then you can enter Krokotopia like this, but you can't actually do any quests until buying a membership. What this would do is it would entice people a little bit more, and obviously this is from a marketing standpoint. I'm not necessarily saying that I want people to pay an excessive amount of money. I'm just saying from a marketing standpoint, this makes the most sense, is unlock Krokotopia for free, but you don't actually get to do any quests in Krokotopia until you have a membership. So you can kind of walk around the oasis, get hyped for the world, you know, kind of put people in and be like, yes, this is what world is next, so get ready for it. Definitely that is not necessarily a popular option, but it's an option that I like. The third option, and this is one I've seen a lot, is make all of Arc 1 free. This one is highly unrealistic, but the idea is that now there is 3 full arcs in the game, 4th on the way and almost halfway done, and thus we shouldn't have to pay for the first arc, because that's, at this point, that's ridiculous. That's under a third of the game. So people think that it should extend all the way to post Dragonspire. Now I'm not necessarily saying that it shouldn't, I'm just saying that that is highly unrealistic. Another option, and this would probably be the last option, would be to make all of the game free, and this one is obviously not going to happen. I don't see it happening at all, so whatever. Now, I kind of already went over it, but let's go over specifically how likely each one is. I think the first option, where they make all of Wizard City free, is highly likely. I think that if they're going to change the paywall, that is what they're going to do, and they would do that in the nearer future. I think that they're already toying with the idea. You've seen that they've now made Wizard City free twice now. They included Krokotopia this time to see if it would have a boosted play count compared to what happened last time, and if they did, I could potentially seeing them say, okay, maybe Wizard City should be free. So I think that that is the most likely option. The second one, where they make Krokotopia free, I really just don't think their marketing team is smart enough to even think of that. You know, obviously I'm not trying to be a pretentious asshole. I'm not like I'm a marketing genius or anything, but just from what I've seen from marketing from KingsIsle, they don't know how to market crap. Like, haven't marketed this game properly in about 10 to 15 years. So I really think that they would never do that just because they're too dumb to. In regard to all of Arc 1, I think this is highly unrealistic, never going to happen. Obviously, I think the main issue with that is that KingsIsle would just never would be willing to make that decision. They probably would be like, why would we throw away potential income? Because for a lot of people, it doesn't take a day to finish all of Arc 1. It takes a few months to potentially a year, especially if you're newer, more confused, all that kind of stuff, right? I mean, it took me months to a year to finish all of Arc 1 as a kid. So they wouldn't want to throw away that money and that potential income. In regard to all of the game being free, this one's obviously just like, people just want things to be free, which just isn't going to happen. Obviously, I don't support paying money to the game, but KingsIsle is never going to make the game free, and I don't think that they should make the game free, because that'll, like, them not having any income isn't going to help us in any way. So I don't think that they would ever actually do this. Now, what's another alternative? And I think that this one is just my last idea that I want to put out to you guys, that I think would be a pretty cool way to solve the paywall thing, and that is similar to a system like Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever played it. It's one of my favorite MMOs as of right now. And what it does is all of the main story is completely free, but there is DLC and post content. After your subscription runs out, you become what's known as a preferred member. A preferred member unlocks those worlds permanently, or unlocks that story permanently, rather than having it losing access after your subscription ends. I think this is a cool idea for Wizard101. It could potentially see you unlock some worlds. I think this would be a cool idea for Wizard101. I think it would be cool if you could like potentially unlock certain worlds after subscribing for a month. I don't think that they would ever do this, but I think it would be a cool payment policy. So ultimately, that's my opinion on the paywall, the different solutions to the paywall. Do I ever think they're going to change it? Probably in the near future, they might extend to Wizard City, but I don't see anything beyond that. So that's going to be it for today's video. If you didn't notice, there was like a jump cut, a massive jump cut there, and that was because I've sneezed like 30 times in the last minute, and I'm absolutely suffering, and I'm very sad. So that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Adios. Hold on just a second, buckaroo. I saw you trying to leave this video. It's not over yet, alright? I still need to make an announcement, and I'm making an announcement right now. Guess what? I finally made a Discord server, alright? It's going to be in the link below. I'm also going to pin it in the top of the comments. Feel free to join it. People have been asking for a while. It's there. I'm also looking for mods, so if you want to look at the mod application process, if you think you'll be a good mod, look at that. I would like to say real quick, you do need to be of age to actually apply. I think that it's just more fair that way and will be more structured that way. So that's going to be it. If you enjoyed, drop a like, hit the sub button, and please do join my Discord server. So we'll see you in the next video. Adios.